Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Michael Zeger, and we're here to talk about a very ugly word of scoliosis today. Very fancy medical term for what is actually a very simple thing. It's just a lateral curvature of your spine. You can see my friend right here. The spine has a natural front to back curve, and that helps the spine absorb more weight and makes it stronger. On about 3% of the population are just born with a lateral curvature, so left to right. Most of the time, people never even know they have scoliosis until they get an x-ray or a doctor diagnoses them with it. And it never causes them any problems whatsoever. So you can just be born like this and be perfectly fine and go through your entire life and never know what's happening. Unfortunately, there's a very small percentage of those scoliosis patients that have a progressive type of scoliosis that gets significantly worse and worse and worse over time, and sometimes can get significantly worse very quickly in childhood. For a patient like that, they need to see an orthopedist right away, and hopefully their primary care physician catches it and they can get them fixed. A lot of times you're talking about surgical intervention with a patient like that. That only covers a small fraction of 1% of the patients with scoliosis, so don't get scared yet, okay? Diagnosis of scoliosis usually comes with an x-ray and is usually found incidentally. A patient will have another accident, car accident, work accident, and will take an x-ray and realize that they actually had scoliosis the whole time. For the most part, there's not a lot of signs and symptoms of scoliosis, but sometimes later on in life, as you get a little older and your posture gets worse and you start to gain weight, scoliosis can have an adverse effect on your spine and oftentimes on your work. Sitting at a desk with a crooked back starts to weigh on you very heavily after a while. What happens is, because of the lateral curvature of the spine, the facet joint right here starts to get torqued and torqued and torqued, and more pressure builds up. Biggest way that a chiropractor can help you as far as the scoliosis is to get in there and push this back into place and release the pressure that's building up, which is just air mostly, in that facet joint. We're going to go through and just adjust there and relieve that pressure. I have a lot of patients come to me asking if I can cure their scoliosis. No one is ever going to cure your scoliosis. You were born that way, you're going to stay that way. What we don't want is the adverse effects of that lateral curvature influence your life. The nice part about this is essentially a mandate to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. If you gain weight, it's going to put more pressure, more torque on those joints that are already torqued because of the curvature. If you don't stretch, it's going to put more torque on those joints that are already torqued because of the curvature. If you have bad posture, sitting at a desk all day, driving all day, it's going to put more torque on those joints that are already torqued because of the scoliosis. I think you're seeing the theme here, right? What we can do is, one, take the pressure off those joints, and then two, guide you in stretching and exercise, which will help prevent you from making that scoliosis worse and bringing out those adverse effects of the scoliosis. Once again, I'm Dr. Michael Zeger in downtown Los Angeles. Thanks for giving me some of your time.